This video is designed to help you print A3 on the LaserJet photocopier in the A3 or in the graphics and art area. Why we say print in that one at A3 is because it's cheaper. It's 40 pence for A3, 20 pence for A4. If we print it on inkjet in the classroom, it's going to be £4 or £2 for an A3. So this is LaserJet. It's nice and quick, but there's a couple of really important things that you need to do. So if we have our image ready, there's a couple of things that I might suggest double check with yours. Make sure your auto select is on, and we can see that all the layers are here. But these are too close to the edge. The photocopier might trim them off. So we'll just bring that in. You can use your cursor keys, which are the arrow keys on the keyboard, to move it around. I'd also suggest to double check that we don't need punctuation in a title. A lot of people, when they had blue titles, I noticed going around, but it's about possibly picking a color that matches. So going to the text tool, then going and clicking on our color palette, we can steal a color from here by using this. We can select one from here, or we can steal one. So we get a color match to what's on the page. So it works well for predominant color. Again, good layout, but we just take away the punctuation. And again, this text is a little bit close. This is the advantage of using the auto select on with your move tool. It allows you to click on a layer and move it around. So everything else is ready to go. We need to save that, so just file and save. And we can see that this has been laid out properly. We've got cyanotypes 2, and it's a PSD, so it's a Photoshop file, which means it still has its layers. But the next thing, if we send this, if we look at image and image size, it's 49 megabytes. So that's quite a lot of space. So what we need, we've got all the correct settings here. So it's a A3 size and it's 300 resolution, but the size wise it's too much. So we check that. Now what we'll do is we'll go up to layer and flatten image. And this will glue all of the layers together. And if we go file, we have to make sure to press save as. If we don't press save as, it'll save over the Photoshop document, which means we won't be able to move these layers individually or correct any of the text if we need to. So save as, and then we'll select, not a Photoshop file, we'll select just a JPEG format. So the JPEG, we don't need to change the file name, and we'll just go save. And now we've got the options to compress. Leave that at the recommended. So it's saved as a JPEG, which is easier to print. And if we look at image and image size, it's still 49 megabytes on screen, but when we look at the file itself in our document, it'll be a smaller quantity of information. Now for printing, file, print, or Control P on the shortcuts, and as we can see it's cropped off here. Select the printer. So we're going into the graphics area, so it's going to be the B227. It's a photocopier in the center of the large creative art space. B227, and now we need to change the settings. Print setting, that one, will open up this option. Two places we need to say what size it is. We need to say page size, so because we know it's A3, we'll select the A3. And we need to double check that the page setup has also changed to A3. Otherwise it'll come out the wrong size. So you need to make sure that is set. It'll automatically, all of the other settings will be fine. They're preset on the computer, so you don't need to change anything. The only thing you might need to change is preset to panorama or to portrait, so standing up. We might need to change it to landscape for some of yours, but this is your preview. I'd also suggest, just in case you've gone a little bit close to the edge, scale to fit media means that it'll all definitely fit on. And then you're ready to print, and just accept your print credit request. So your print credit box will come up and you need to select which print center is going to. So double check that you have not put stuff too close to the edge. Double check that you have saved an original Photoshop file. Then make sure that you have flattened it under layers and flatten, and a save as a JPEG. And double check that when you sent it, it's a B227 printer and that it's got the correct A3 output size.